everyone. Welcome to Faith and Yoga at St. Bartholomew's for the month of March. My name's Dixie. I'm here with my husband Fred, Aaron Porter, Jerry, and Betty. So together we all welcome you into this month's taping of Faith and Yoga. We decided to focus on the prayer pose for this month. During the Lenten season, it's a nice time to kind of step back and take more time in prayer. So we're going to explore the way to do a correct prayer pose. We're going to talk about the benefits of prayer pose, show you variations, take you on a little walk through a prayer, and we'll get started now. So I'm going to ask Fred to come up, and he is going to help me demonstrate the prayer pose for you. So these are the benefits of the prayer pose itself. It opens the chest, it improves your respiratory system, it helps with your body posture, it aligns and strengthens your shoulder, and it actually helps with anger. How about that? So, standing straight on the yoga mat, keep your feet together, hands by your side. Now bring both of your hands in front of your chest and join arms together. Keep shoulders relaxed and elbows at the side of the rib cage. And I'm just going to point out here, a lot of times we're in prayer pose, but we don't have our arms out. You should be able to feel the lift here in your arms. So now this is the hard part. Stop thinking about everything for just this moment. Now close or soften your eyes and feel the peace of the prayer pose. And while you're here, take a breath in, and as you exhale, let your hands come down to your side. So right there is prayer pose, and we'll be using that often today. So thank you, Fred. Some Bible verses I found that lend themselves to the prayer focus for today are Psalm 116, verse 2. Because he bends down to listen, I will pray as long as I have breath. And that really meant a lot to me because of the fact that it talks about bending down and the moves that we do in yoga, and also the prayer and the breath. So if there is a perfect Bible verse that matches today's yoga flow, I would say it could be Psalm 116, 2. Also, Micah chapter 7, verse 7, there is power in persistent prayer. So with that in mind, we're going to go on an early morning prayer walk, and we're going to do an intentional walk, which means that you are going to feel the surface below your feet and take your time and go slow. When we did this in our class, we took a walk up towards the altar and paused at several stations. But for today, we're just going to go around the mat. So we're going to go around the mat one time, come back to the start of the mat, and pause. So you're welcome to keep your hands in prayer position as we do this, but remember to walk nice and slow and intently. One time around your mat. Pausing here. My child, do not regard lightly the teachings of the Lord. We're going to take another move around the mat. Again, pausing with a breath in and out. Pause and meditate on the life of Jesus. the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. Take a breath in as you pause and reflect upon Jesus. And once again, another intentional walk around the mat area. Pausing at the back of your mat. Embrace the cloud of witnesses around you. Find peace and joy in their company. Taking a breath in. Finding some peace within yourself and joy. And exhaling. Another turn around the mat. Taking a breath in and letting it go. Christ sits at the right hand of the Father, and we are blessed as the children of God. And together we say, Amen. Well, thank you for taking that prayer walk with me. I had asked some of the class to think about their own prayer walks, or maybe when they're out in the community. Maybe when you see a police officer saying a prayer for the police officer. Maybe if you see a school bus saying a prayer for the children that are on the bus, and the teachers and the administrators and the janitors, everyone who works in the school system. Maybe if you're out and you see an ambulance saying a prayer for first responders and the people they're taking care of. And I'm sure you could think of many other ways to incorporate that into prayer walks on a daily basis. I always say I feel best when I do about 20 minutes of yoga and get out for a walk on the same day. That's usually a perfect day for me. So maybe we can do that during the Lenten season too. So let's start, now that we got our walk in, with just a little bit of movement here. Let's take a breath in and arms come up. Fingertips touch. As you exhale, bring your hands down to that prayer position, holding for just a moment. Inhale, arms go up. Gaze looks up at your hands. Exhale, bring those hands to prayer position. Good. 2 more times. Big inhale up. Gaze looks up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Good. Keeping elbows up, looking good here. And 1 more inhale, up we go. Gaze looks up. Hands touch. Exhale, bring them down. Good job. And now just give your hands a little shake here. And then stand with your feet a little more than hip distance apart. And we're just going to do a little bit of stirring here. Just let yourself move in a circle, just to get our body moving. And then reversing that circle. Let's bring our arms out in front of us. Let's put them in that prayer position. And then open them up into a T. Palms are facing down. And we are going to take a twist here at the waist. We're going to turn to the left. So turn, keeping arms out at the T. Gaze looks back over your left hand. Taking a breath in here. Returning to center. Doing the same on the other side. Inhale and turn. back to center. Let's bring our arms up in the goalpost position. And once again, we're going to turn. Back to the center. And turn. Back to the center. From here, extend your hands up. Palms are parallel to each other. And once again, let's do that gentle movement, drawing a circle on the ceiling with your hips and your hands. And then reversing it. And then coming to stillness. Grab your right wrist and pull it across in a gentle crescent bend here. Feel the stretch. And then come back up again. Reverse. Gentle bend to the other side. Pulling it up. Arms are up. We're going to do a gentle back bend. Option to support your back with your hands if you need to, and then just let yourself bend back, gaze looks up. Realigning the spine. Taking your left side up a little higher, reaching high. Your right side a little higher. And both. Let the fingers touch together, interlace the fingers, turn them toward the head, and push up. Biceps should be by your ear. And once again, we're going to lean to the right. Coming back to center, leaning to the left. Taking a turn to the right. Back to center. Turn to the left, and back to center. And once again, that gentle back bend. Gaze looks up. Realign your spine. Unlace your fingers. Fingers point up. And slowly let them come down. And you're going to feel a change in blood pressure and circulation here. Let it come down slow so you get the full effect. And remember to breathe in and out. And give it a good shake. Good job. From here, we're going to go to our mats, and I'm going to ask Fred to come up, and if you'll meet me in child's pose on the mat, and Fred's going to demonstrate some different moves in child pose. Before you go down, grab a block or something to rest your head on during child's pose. There you go, Fred.
We're going to start out in the tabletop. Extend our knees out to the side. Shift back into the child's pose. Extend our arms out in front. Palms and fingers together. And extended prayer pose. From here we're going to bring our elbows back toward our knees. Shift our hands up over behind our head. Fingers and palms together. In prayer pose. Remembering to breathe in and out. A few relaxing breaths. Then we're going to undo our fingertips and palms. Take our hands behind us. Again, palms and fingertips come together in a prayer pose. And if possible, you can turn your fingertips and palms. Use them together behind your back. And reverse prayer pose. Here we're going to shift around into an easy seated position. Extend his arms up over our head. Hands down in front. Prayer pose. And here we can do a twist to the left. Take our left elbow down toward our right thigh. Back to center. And shift to the opposite side. And back to center. And one more time. Hands up overhead. Inhale. Exhale.
You can stay right where you are there. Thank you, Fred. So there's the variations on child's pose and the position of the hands in prayer pose. So we're going to come back down and get our legs loosened up a little bit and move on to our flow, and we'll keep going here. So to get started, let's put the soles of our feet together for butterfly. Soles of the feet together, check in with your posture. Make sure that your back is as straight as you're comfortable with it being. Soles of the feet together. Hands are on the ankle area, and let's let these legs go up and down here. Remembering to breathe in and out as we do. And loosening up those legs. And then we're going to let our legs open as far as we're comfortable with and let them stretch here. And hold on to this pose for just a moment to get a nice stretch in our thigh area. And once again, remembering to breathe in and out. And now we're going to move our hands down towards our toes. Bend at the waist as fast as you can, and just let your body fold forward without pulling hard into as far as your body wants to stretch today. Just to get that back, a little bit of stretch in there, and that creates more stretch in your legs as well. Breathing in and out. Another breath in and out. Then you can release that and come back up. We're going to take our left leg, cradle it in our hand and arm here, and do some circles around. Do about 5 in each direction to get that hip socket nice and lubricated. And then reversing. And then switching to the other leg. Cradling in one, holding your foot in the other. Doing a little bit of movement here. And then reversing. Very good. And once again, in your easy seated position, let your body do some stirring, some circles in each direction. Again, getting things warmed up and really moving here. And then reversing. And coming to stillness. Just like Fred showed us, let's take a deep breath in, arms go up. Fingertips meet, and as you exhale, let those arms and hands come to prayer pose. And just for a moment, once again, step forward, stop thinking thoughts, and let yourself be still. just for this moment, and feel the peace and joy and mystery of this Lenten season. You can release that, and we're going to move on to tabletop position and get our cat-cows in. Tabletop position, you all know the drill, but I'm going to tell you anyway, just so your alignment's right. Shoulders, elbows, wrists are all on the line. Spread your fingers wide like starfish. Hips and knees should be aligned. You should look back and not see any toes. And if you're ready, let's inhale, let your belly drop. Gaze looks up for cow. Exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. Arch your spine up. Gaze looks down for cat. Now connect your breath. As you inhale, belly drops. Gaze looks up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And last one, make it a good one. Feel the connection of your breath and movement. As you let your belly drop, fill yourself with air. And then release it as you pull that belly button into your spine. Now let yourself have a little bit of movement here. Just moving from side to side. And we are going to move on to our chest opener here. So we're going to use our foot as a kickstand and open our heart and our chest open to the sky here. Gaze looks up at your hand. The farther you bring that hand back, the more your chest will open up. But you do what is right for you, what feels good. Taking the breath in and out. And out. And then letting yourself come back down. Moving on to the other side. Other foot goes out for the kickstand. And bring that arm up so it opens. Looking up, arm is back. Remembering to breathe. And then replacing that back down. From here, we're going to move ourselves back so we're belly down on the mat. Letting yourself get comfortable in this position. And then bringing your hands, so your hands are underneath your armpits. Looking down at your mat, seeing an imaginary pebble, and moving it with your nose. And as you move it, use your back and the muscles in your back to lift yourself up into cobra. Looking straight ahead, and then look to your right, back to center, and to your left. And back to center, and down. Now with your arms still being here, push yourself back into child's pose. Toes come together, legs open as you come down to child's pose. Your choice for the prayer positions that Fred showed you. This is the one that I can identify with the most. Once again, letting yourself stop thinking your thoughts for a moment and feeling some peace here on the mat. And then moving again into the belly on the mat. Hands come back under your arms again. Gaze looks down at the mat. Push that imaginary pebble away. Using your back, lift yourself up, looking to your right, straight ahead, to your left, back to center, and once again, pushing back to child's pose. Your choice of hand positions. And once again, clearing your thoughts for a little bit of peace in your day. Two more breaths here. Put your hands back down on the mat. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up for down dog. So here in down dog, let yourself work your dog here, walk your dog. Feel the strength in your shoulders. And we're just going to hold it here for a moment in down dog. Moving forward and back, maybe a little side to side. When you feel ready, let yourself walk forward into a forward fold. So hanging here in forward fold, letting your arms be loose, letting your torso kind of sway a little from side to side. Your head hangs heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Gonna try something a little different. Lift your toes and put your fingers underneath your toes and see how that feels for you. And let yourself sway a little from side to side. Maybe fall closer to the mat. Maybe you feel ready, like you're ready to release it. And put your hands on your shin and come up to a half lift with a flat back. Gaze looks down at the floor, stretching your upper torso ahead. Taking a breath in and out. And another breath in and out. Let yourself go down again. Soften your knees. Walk your fingers to the right side of your foot. Pausing here for a stretch. And then returning to center. Moving them over to the left side of your foot. And once again, deep breath in. And out. And then very, very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, let yourself come back up to mountain pose. Whew. That was a nice inversion. I can really feel the difference in that. So we're in mountain pose. Let's let ourselves do our spins here and get our blood back where it normally is used to being. Everybody okay? Okay. You can go as fast as you want when you're spinning. You can go nutty here, really fast, or you can keep it slow and gentle. It's your choice. Let's do 10 more here. So here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let yourself come to stillness. We're going to move into chair pose here. So have your feet just a little bit more than hip distance apart. And for chair pose, you simply just want to pretend like you're sitting back in an imaginary chair. So let yourself sit back, but you catch yourself. You don't want to fall. So if you want to look down, if you can see your toes, you haven't sat back far enough. So let yourself sit back a little bit more. Hands are in prayer pose here. Looking good, being strong. We're going to do the revolved prayer. So we're going to turn to the left here. Come back to center. And now revolve the other direction. Coming back to center. Let yourself push up. Let your arms come up. Bring them around. And give them a little shake. We're going to roll our shoulders back. So roll them back and down. Oh, I hear mine cracking a little bit. And now forward. We're going to bring our hands out in front of us. We're going to do the dynamic hug. So open your arms very wide. Wide, wide, wide and back. And then cross your arms over. Give yourself a hug. Notice which hand's on top. Next breath in, open up. Wide, wide, wide. Bring them back. Opposite arm, hand on top. Good job. Open up again. This time we're going to do goalpost arms. And once again, we're just going to turn at the waist. Back to beginning and turn at the waist. And then let your arms come down. I'm going to turn around and we're going to roll our shoulders back. Grasp your hands behind your back and pull them down. From here, put your feet so they're about 2 feet apart. Bend at the knees, and if you would like, let yourself flip up for a wide-legged forward fold with the arms behind. Lifting those arms up high, and then letting yourself come back up again. Taking a breath in, releasing those hands. And now, reversed prayer hands is you just simply put your hands behind you. It does feel very different. And some of my friends say, I can't do that, but you do what you can. If you could put one hand behind your back and then the other, that's fine. But it definitely uses a different sets of muscles to get them back there and hold them. So from here, take a breath in and out.